And there it all goes. Just a couple of things I wanted to briefly share with you for a morning wine cellar program and bring down. Phoenix Kalita is not here with me, so we can bring her microphone down a wee bitty bit. Right? Right. All right. So, what did we have here in my little face booze notes? This got linked to me by Phoenix Kalita and by Faith Loco over there in the Face Booze. And this is coming off of June 13th. Right now it's June 17th, 2:18 a.m. as I record this because I need to be on shift at 5 a.m. And out there in Michigan, the prosecutors are dropping charges in the Flint Water investigation, but promise a new probe. This article's up by Richard Gonzalez for WAMU.org, WAMU 88.5. All right. And let's take a look here. Ooh, excuse me. And what Richard Gonzalez has here in the article. Of course, some of the backstory 3 years after lead was detected in the drinking water of Flint, Michigan, state prosecutors say they are dropping all criminal charges filed against a group of 8 government officials implicated in the scandal. In favor of launching a new expanded investigation. And this is a quote from the Attorney General Dana Nessel. Dana Nessel said, quote, I want to remind people of Flint that justice delayed is not always justice denied, and a fearless and dedicated team of career prosecutors and investigators are hard at work to ensure those who harmed you are held accountable. End quote. And in a separate statement, the Solicitor General Fadwa Hammond and the Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy. All right, so Fadwa Hammond and Kim Worthy, they're going to be assuming control of the investigation in January, and they say, quote, immediate and grave concerns are what they currently have about the investigation conducted by the previous team of prosecutors. They concluded that, quote, contrary to accepted standards of criminal investigation and prosecution, all available evidence was not pursued. All right. And in particular, they're saying that the prosecutors they gave private law firms representing the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Department of Environmental Equality, give it that private law firms for the public departments. All right. So these private law firms for these public departments and the quality Department of Environmental Quality, the Department of Treasury, and the Executive Office of the former Governor Rick Snyder. They gave these private law firms a role in deciding what information would be turned over to law enforcement. All right. So that is information being turned over and shared by Fadwa Hamid and Kim Worthy, Kym Worthy. All right, now it's a little bit of what I want to share with you. I'm gonna have a link to that full article with the web post for this, and then also over here at the folks over there at titsandsass.com. Dead up that's the name of the website, folks. Tits and Sass. All right, typically I wouldn't talk like that. And this one is up by again, I'm sure this is a pseudonym by Susie Hooker, and written collaboratively by Juniper Fitzgerald and Jesse Sage. And what they have up here is shadow bans, secret policies depriving sex workers of income and community. And what they talk about in this article is how apparently these privately owned social media networks, they do this thing called shadow banning, where you'll be posting and thinking that everyone who follows you can see your content, but it's actually hidden from them. And with sex workers, they can directly advertise to potential clients and whatnot. And they're losing money by being shadow banned. And this kind of stuff is what folks knew was going to be coming after Sesta Foster. We're going to have a link to this. But the second paragraph they go into with this article, since AEEAVN, other sex workers have been publicly addressed shadow banning. The day after International Whores Day on June 2nd, the New York City-based dominatrix Mistress Blunt tweeted out, quote, "It's really upsetting that when I go to tweet about IWD, everyone is shadow banned and I can't find them to tag, and I can't live stream important speeches because I've been banned from that feature too," end quote. Sex workers are finding that Twitter and other platforms have shadow banned a significant portion of our community. Shadow banning is increasingly common. It's a practice in social media platforms, silently censoring users' content without either the user or their potential followers knowing. There's an outlet called The Economist. An anonymous writer, GF, describes the Twitter shadow banning. All right, so this is from The Economist and the writer GF, quote, "Shadow banned users are not told that they have been affected. They can continue to post messages, add new followers, and comment on or reply to other posts, but their messages may not appear in the feed, replies, or may be suppressed, and they may not show up in searches for their usernames. The only hint that such a thing is happening would be a dip in likes, favorites, or retweets, or an ally alerting them to their disappearance." End quote. All right, so this is again yet an act deliberately targeting sex workers to harm them. But pull yourself up by your bootstraps and whatnot, I'm pretty sure. All right, and speaking of sex workers being silenced, oh no, let's go over here to gaystarnews.com. And where does it say who this article is by? Joe Morgan. All right, and this is TERF writer loses lawsuit against Twitter, will remain banned. Writer claims she won't be silenced, up by Joe Morgan. So I almost said Julie Bendel, I think. No, Canadian writer Megan Murphy done lost a lawsuit against Twitter and will remain banned. The blogger was permanently banned over transphobic tweets. Murphy's writing focuses on gender and politics. Her, I'm going to be editorializing this thing as I move forward with it off of gaystarnews.com by Joe Morgan. Murphy's writing focuses on gender politics. Her privileged white feminist exclusive opinions are rooted in the ideals of TERFs, or trans exclusionary radical feminists. In her lawsuit, Murphy alleged Twitter breached their contract. She also claims Twitter violated her free speech, thereby unjustly banning her. Twitter is not Congress. If they ban you, go fuck yourself. That's if they ban me as well. Anybody, it's private. These people, man. You see, and that's so she's really stepping forward with the same fucking white privilege attitude as any of these fucking like libertarian dude bros that gets fucking banned. White feminists are still white. Ideologically white, that is. All right. So a San Francisco court ruled Twitter is protected by the Communications Decency Act. The lawyers, they cited that Section 230 of the act. And the section provides immunity for social networking sites who host information that could make them liable. The clause also states no social networking site can be treated as the publisher or speaker of that tweet. All right, and they actually have a shot of that. Says, quote, Twitter demurs to all three cases of actions in the complaint. The dispositive issue common to all three is whether, as Twitter contends the complaint, is barred by Section 230 of Federal Communications Decency Act 47 U.S.C., and the court finds that it is and therefore sustains the demurrer in its in its entirety without leave to amend. All right, which bunch of legalese that says go fuck yourself. All right. And it was November 15th that the account was locked. And right here, Joe Morgan on gaystarnews.com has the tweets in question listed. Twitter asked Murphy to remove two tweets. The first was sent October 11th, which read simply, "Men aren't women." Murphy sent the second tweet October 15th, which Twitter said also violated its policy, as the first did. This one read, quote, "How are trans women not men?" End quote. Oh, wait, no, it continues. "How are trans women not men? What is the difference between a man and a trans woman?" End quote. In order to gain access to her account again, she had to remove the tweets, which she did. After getting back into her account, she also tweeted, quote, "This is fucking bullshit, Twitter. I'm not allowed to say that men aren't women or ask questions about the notion of transgenderism at all anymore. That a multi-billion-dollar company is censoring, in all caps, basic facts and silencing people who ask questions about this dogma is, in all caps, insane." End quote. Fucking swerf turf. So 4 days later, on November 19th, Twitter asked Murphy to remove this tweet too. Another 4 days later, on November 23rd, the company banned her permanently. They also cited a November 8th tweet as the reason for the permanent ban, in which Murphy identified Twitter user at Trusted Nerd as him. The tweet featured a photo of Jessica Yaniv. The lawsuit defended Murphy's tweet by claiming Yaniv's appears to be entirely male. Strong argument. Like, you have literally a transphobic lawsuit, if you will, and your argument is this person looks at this is what the lawyers said. The lawyers, these are the people that went to school to do this. And transphobia is so bugged out and illogical, right? Transphobia is so bugged out and illogical that the lawyers couldn't come up with some shit for it. That's all they had. That's how you know they're all like, these motherfuckers are full of shit. Yeah, fucking Megan Murphy. And for some reason, I'm going to go ahead and look at the comments here on gaystarnews.com. Christy Rogers said, "Men aren't women in the same way that cats aren't dogs, but trans women aren't men, just as trans men aren't women." Emma Harmon on here said, "TERFs hate trans people for having the audacity to exist without their permission." Some other individuals, one said, Misty Scott said, "TERFs are not feminist," by Felicia. All right, folks I think the anti-blackness has escaped people in that, or that's just how they practice their anti-blackness, but they act like it's, just liberal fun. But there is misogynoir to the by Felicia. And under that, Wendy Lev said, but they are not natal females, and that is why many trans women hate them. What? I don't understand what Wendy Lev is saying. Yeah, that might be beyond me. And then Patsy Roberts said, Wendy Lev, no, they don't. And Wendy Lev said, Patsy Roberts, yes, they do. So, the internet is things are going down. Yeah. And I'm sure there's plenty of transphobic comments, and they're not going to dig too into it. Have one more for this morning. Yes, trying to do a morning wine cellar amidst these wacky hours, because I still need to bring the content, right? Right. All right, let me see here. Where's the darn headline? All right, so this is on this is a UK website. So what is it? lboro.ac.uk. Ooh. Excuse me. But there's a design student, and they created a new product which aims to transform the lives of transgender people. All right, and of course, I don't really have a lot of knowledge here, but June 13th, 2019, and I do not see an author listed for the article. Yeah, no, I don't see an author's name here at all. All right, but so what's going on here is a Loughborough, that's what it looks like it says, Loughborough, Loughborough, yeah, a university student has created a potentially life-changing product for the transgender community as part of his final year project for the design degree show. I hope this thing isn't misgendering this individual. Their name is Miles Kilburn, they have listed here. And this person studies industrial design and technology, and they produced a chest binder for transgender men and non-binary people that is both safer and smarter than existing products. So to my understanding, a binder is to press down breast tissue, and I guess probably make an individual of whom is a trans man more passing, if you will, more passing, and ultimately I would assume more safe, if navigating, as masculine presenting. All right. Okay, so that's what's going on. It's a chest binding. So, and this article moves forward. Chest binding is the act of flattening one's breast using a tight garment to make the chest appear more masculine. And I think maybe just sort of, as cis folks communicating, it's probably more responsible to say breast tissue. Maybe it is, because just saying breast, that could lead to folks, being uncomfortable and whatnot. Because, if that's not how you see yourself with protruding breast tissue, then yeah, that could, what is, I think the word is dysphoric. I think that could add to dysphoria. So I just think the term tissue, more responsible. This can have, continuing with the article, this can have immense mental health benefits for the user. However, some chest binding methods can have serious physical health implications. This is particularly the case for DIY binding, which is do-it-yourself DIY, where the user has created a binder themselves due to not having access to commercial binders, which have been regulated and provide an even compression. Examples of homemade methods include using household objects such as duct tape, plastic wrap, bandages, or sewing their own garment. So, the physical impacts of this, particularly if worn over long periods of time, include back and chest pain and even rib fractures. Holy shit. Overbinding is also a risk. Users may wear a chest binder that is too small or wear one for too long due to difficulties to discreetly due to the difficulties to discreetly remove it during the day. This is where Miles' product, it's called Breathe, provides a safer option for the community. The chest binder has created a garment made with smart materials woven through the fabric that enables the user to take breaks throughout the day without removing their clothing. Uh-huh. Okay, so what it sounds like is that you can loosen it, which of course in turn you get the term breathe. So you can loosen it and fucking breathe. All right, and I'm gonna have this whole thing linked with the show post on the web winecellarmedia.com. We're gonna have each of these 1, 2, 3, 4 things linked up so that folks can check them out. And they have a model here modeling this garment, where they have one where it looks like they're in compression mode, and then one that looks like breathe mode. All right, and yeah, we'll have that linked from elboro.ac.uk. All right, and that'll be that. Morning Wine Cellar is currently 2:39 a.m., and I need to be on that shift at 5 in the a.m., and I'll be there who knows how the fuck long. All right? So, and as always, patreon.com/winecellarmediafund, paypal.me/Phoenix and William. And please be as safe as possible wherever you are. It is fucking challenging getting this program done and working these hours. Have a good one.